What you get in the Career You Love Academy. Hi, I'm Sarah Curto, career coach that helps people find careers they love. And in this video, I wanted to walk you through what you get to answer that question that I get. What do I get in the Career You Love Academy? So that you can make the decision on whether or not this is the right program for you. Now, I created this monthly annual membership after years of coaching one-on-one with individuals, where I charged $2,500 a month for 3 months to work with me. And I realized that I have been giving the same job search advice, career development advice, career change advice over and over and over again. And I also got to a point where I had a pretty lengthy wait list that I still have today, and a whole bunch of people who really wanted my help, but just really couldn't afford the cost, on top of, for me, the limited time I had to meet my goal of helping hundreds of people every year find a career they love. So I then started to coach in some small groups in the 12 Weeks to Career You Love group coaching program. And it was amazing. People were actually getting more results and achieving career goals even faster. And I think it's because when you're getting coached, your brain gets a little afraid. I know, at least for me, I put up a wall, I get a little defensive, I get teary-eyed, but when I'm in a group, when others are in a group and they're watching someone else get coached, you get to see yourself through their struggle, which means that you're absorbing the message more because your brain is not fighting it tooth and nail. So I always find that sometimes my best coaching actually comes from somebody else getting coached. So the Career You Love Academy is actually how I make my work even more accessible. So when I created this membership, I built it around my 5-step process to loving your job and your career. It's called the Career You Love Framework. Let me break it down for you a little bit. So the first step is gaining clarity. Now, unfortunately, we've been taught that we all have one purpose or calling, and that's it, which means most of us just settle because we assume that isn't for us, because we don't have just one thing, or the one thing we had doesn't seem like realistic or possible for us. And we often think that, I'll just get clearer and clearer as I go along. And what I've definitely learned is clarity doesn't begin with the job search. It doesn't begin by looking outside of ourselves for the answer. It begins when we look within, with truly knowing and understanding who we are, what drives us, and what makes us exceptional. When we give ourselves permission to figure out what we want from our careers, that is when we begin to uncover what it is we really want, what really excites us. When we start asking ourselves that question, what do I even want to do with my life and career? We start to open ourselves up to all of the things that we've been hiding from or ignoring over the years. And once we know exactly what it is we want, we can then move into our second step, which is the your brand. So one thing I know for sure is that spending hours and hours on your resume, it isn't the answer to finding a career you love. Instead, what we do in the Career You Love Academy is creating a marketing plan that is set around a set of foundational documents. So this is like fancy words for meaning that you have a resume, a cover letter that you only need to spend maybe 15 minutes tweaking for job applications, which means you then get lots more time to do the things that really matter. Now, we can't forget about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the #1 business networking platform. So going through my process, you'll then have a platform that allows you to outsource some of your job search to recruiters, meaning with optimizing your profile to be found so that they can come to you with job opportunities. Now, the third step is uncovering those job opportunities. Now, this is where we begin to make magic. We come up with your plan of attack. You'll learn about what job boards you should use and, most importantly, how to use them. You'll learn how to work with recruiters, like those external recruiters, the ones from agencies, those like annoying, necessary people. And as someone who spent 8 years in the agency, I really get them. But we really also spend a lot of time creating a networking strategy for you, because I don't want you to worry. This is not a one-size-fits-all networking approach. I teach my students my 4 legs or pillars of a good networking strategy, and we create one that suits you. It's a mixed bag of tricks. You don't have to do something you're not comfortable with. I do not believe, especially with networking, in throwing you into the deep end of a pool and hoping you're going to love to swim, because you're not. You're going to hate to swim. Instead, I want to go to the shallow end. Maybe we take a little step down, maybe a second step down. We slowly get used to the pool so that you can love it. I know for me, that's how I got to have a love-hate relationship with networking. And once we're getting those opportunities, from there, we get interviews, which brings us to the 4th step of the framework, which is getting hired. We're going to have you confidently talking about yourself, showing potential employers why they should hire you. You will show up in interviews nervous, but knowing how to deal with it. That's how I was so successful. Ended up being successful in interviews. Excited to tell them your story, fearlessly showing them you in your stories, and boldly asking questions that you need answered to determine if this is the place you want to work. And you're going to get offers. Just will happen for sure. And they'll probably be really good offers. My clients generally get better than normal offers. We'll probably still negotiate, because now is the chance. And this is the very last step, is when you get in a job you love, once you've accepted that amazing offer that you've negotiated, is then you get an opportunity to begin making an impact. It's in this step where we work on keeping you happy at work, ensuring that the confidence we've worked hard to build this time continues to grow, where we navigate the normal day-to-day stresses of life and a job, like time management, complex projects, dealing with difficult people, having those key conversations. It's having the ability to talk to a group of unbiased people and get coached by me, the coach and HR expert, so that we're keeping you on top of the normal crap that can happen. It's going to happen, so that each and every workday is amazing. So here's how it works. Every month, I teach you a different topic. It's going to be about the job search or career development or career change. And I go live to walk you through the training. I'm going to talk you through the concept, answer all your questions that you may have about it. Now, the trainings are recorded, so if you can't make it live, you can watch it at any point in that month and still ask all your questions. But it also means that when you join today, you'll have access to all of the trainings that have come before. They're just there waiting for you for when you need them. Every week, there's an opportunity to attend a coaching call with myself to get coached, ask questions, or observe, watch other people get coached. So this is where we experience amazing breakthroughs. Now, all calls are recorded. So if you ever have that feeling that you need to get coached, go back, randomly pick one and see how that coaching impacts you today. So the other really cool monthly event that we do in the Career You Love Academy is the monthly Q&A. This is where I answer all your questions. I'm talking resume, LinkedIn, interviews, all the behind the scenes secrets of the hiring process that I know very well after spending 15 years immersed in it. And anything and everything, all the topics get covered. Now, all of these live calls with me are really just taking the learnings from the Career You Love framework, which is the course breaking down that 5 pillars into easy to digest mini modules with workbooks, resume templates, networking, email samples, etc., etc. Now, the best thing is that it's all there for you as you need it. It's like you're signing up for a gym membership or for Netflix. There's like all of these options, and you may at first feel a little overwhelmed, but you don't have to do everything. You pick and choose what works for you, as I also guide you through the process step by step. Now, you also will get included in the absolute best community out there. Things I've heard from members is, I'm just so relieved to not be going through this alone. This community is the best part of this. Having someone with me to answer my questions when I think I'm losing my mind is so helpful. This is what members keep saying, because we support each other. We celebrate the wins. We show compassion and offer help during the lows. And we're there to encourage you through the good and the bad. So, what is the cost? Well, first, I want to break down the value a little bit. Now, the Career You Love Framework course, when I don't sell it on its own, I've never sold it on its own. But I know when I look at other courses, leading courses in this space that are as close to as comprehensive as this one, because this one's, I think, the most comprehensive course out there, they cost about $500 American. Now, then you add the coaching and the training and the Q&As throughout the month. That's at least $1,000 monthly when I break down my time. The bonus content with all the old trainings, the bonus modules on confidence and mindset mastery is a good $500. So we're talking like $2,000 in just your first month. Now, I want you to remember why I do this. I want to flip the stat of 80% of people hating their jobs to 80% of people loving their jobs. And the best way for me to have this impact is by making working with me as accessible as possible. So I choose to charge just $100 Canadian, including taxes, a month. And I do want it to be a little bit of investment. It can't just be a nothing investment where you buy it and you say you'll get to it one day. I want you to recognize that you are committed to this, that you are willing to show up for yourself by making this investment. But it's an easy enough number where you can finagle your budget to find room to make it work. Now, I understand that commitment can be scary, which is why I offer a 7-day free trial. So if you were to sign up today, you would get 7 days for free to tour around, take a look around, get coached in the weekly coaching call, watch some of the videos, come to whatever that weekly event is. Then in 1 week, you'll be charged $100. And then on that same day, every month, it will automatically be charged. You don't even have to worry about it unless you choose to cancel, which you can do anytime. And I mean it, anytime. It's very easy to do. That's the month-to-month option, which is a great way to go. There's also an option for you to sign up for an annual membership. Now, I recommend you intentionally focus on your career for at least a year. This is us starting to figure out what it is you want, finding that career job you love, and then we keep you happy at work during that transition and have you fully immersed into that role after a year. Now, for the annual, you still get the 7-day free trial because I want you to make sure this is the right program for you. Then 1 week after you sign up, your credit card will be charged $1,000 Canadian, taxes included. Again, that's less, way less than half of what it costs to work with me one-on-one for just 3 months. That's also just 12 months in the Career You Love Academy for the price of 10. On top of that, you get a bonus 2 30-minute private sessions, just you and me, to coach on whatever you need during your year. Now, this September, I'm actually running a bonus where you get 4 sessions. That's 4 30-minute sessions, me and you meeting over Zoom to get deep dive coach into anything you need in that year. Now, I want you to ask yourself this question. When is the right time? Am I ready? Can I afford it? Do I even have the time? You may have already even been asking yourself this question because this is normal. Our brains do this all the time. They like to ask us these questions. And I want to offer to you that now is the right time because I've learned there is no perfect time. I spent 15 years waiting for the perfect time, and there was never going to be that time because a perfect time just doesn't exist. We will always have things going on in our life. Money is never just going to be hanging around having fun, waiting for us to spend it. So there is never a better time than right now for you to actually love the job that you're going to be in. Because when you love your job, your whole life just gets so much better. So many people say that they wish they started with me sooner, that my free step was awesome, but that working with me changes everything. Now, this is your career. What do you want to do with it? Because time is ticking away. I've had hundreds of people see amazing results, ending up in a career they love. I want you to be my next. Click the button below and I'll see you in the Career You Love Academy.